everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Judy and you are watching Running So-and-so, who's just committed a complete blunder. I've been recording without the record button on. Yes. Oh dear, I'm having such calamity with these vlogs at the moment. I have the fundamental copyright error 2 vlogs ago, and now I forget to press the record button. Hey, does it matter? So, welcome to everybody who has recently subscribed to my channel. There's been quite a flurry of new members and it's lovely to have you watching my channel on a regular basis and to sign up to subscribe to it. I appreciate it so much. And if you're new here today, I would encourage you to watch because although I've got Friday sews going out on Friday, next Monday I get to share with everybody the lovely pattern that I have been testing for a sewing pattern company. That's all I'm going to say. So if you're new, hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell as well, and you'll find out what all the excitement has been about. It has taken a lot of my sewing time. My sewing time is quite precious as I'm a widow and I have to do everything right. Let's get on with Friday Sews on Friday, and there are a couple of reasons. Obviously the pattern that's coming out that I can't share with you yet, but also the theme of Friday Sews for this week. So if you don't know about Friday Sews was set up by a lovely lady called Jen, who is on Instagram as Today in Jen's Sewing Room, and she also has a YouTube channel of the same name. I will put the links in the description box. Every Friday she has a theme, and today's theme is, what is your favourite shade of green? It is also St. Patrick's Day. So, happy St. Patrick's Day to all those who are Irish. So, my favourite shade of green. Now, I'm sat here in my toaster sweater, in my athleisure wear toaster sweater. I have got nothing green around me, but in my last house I had a lot of green because I actually like green. Green is a very, very calming colour, and I love it as a decorative shade in the house, and it's very hard to say what my favourite shade of green is, and I'm sitting very much on the shelf here. And remember, these are all my opinions, not necessarily everybody else's opinion. So my favourite shade of green has to be the shades given in nature. We've got, I've finished with the snowdrops, which are coming to an end and half. But when the green of nature has rain on it, it seems to shine and glisten, and it becomes stronger in its colour. And but my favourite point of the green in nature is possibly, and I think we're about 2 to 3 weeks too early for it, and that's just as the leaves start to burst through on the trees. Then they're not just through, they're not all the way through, they're a little way through, and you get that lovely strong light emerald green, and you can see it coming, and you can sense that spring coming towards me. And that has to be my favourite shade of green. I'd love to know what your favourite shade of green is, and please do pop it in the description box below. As you know, I have got some green fabric to work with. I've got the lovely fabric I've bought to make the Nino jacket with. Now, the Nino jacket I will be doing, but I have rejoined Slimming World. And that's all I'm going to say. I've got the lovely, lovely emerald green fabric that we got in our last pink door box as well. Now, I'm going to move on, after I've had my dinner, to the next thing I want to talk about. Now, a little bit of sewing business. Sue Hall very kindly commented on my last vlog, and she suggested that I combined Sew Yellow for Endo and Frugal Frocks. In my stash I have this absolutely stunning double gauze. Now it's on a board for storage. I'm going through various storage options, and I have been given some Amazon links by the lovely Christine, which I need to check out, but I'm afraid it will be it'll be a school holiday job. So I have this beautiful double gauze, and I've been on the Tianas Closet website, and there's this beautiful blouse here. I think it is the Leslie blouse. If it's not, I'll put the correct name underneath. And I'm wondering if that might do the trick. It's meant to be a quick sew, so it could be a nice palette cleanser in amongst the quilting. I'm not in a position really to move forward showing you anything more on pre-quilt because I am still playing. And until I finish playing, I don't want to show you how it works for me. I like to have everything just so before I show you something. And I'm not 100% happy with what I've done so far, so I might have a little bit more playing. I have a little tiny bit of hand sewing left to do on my Journey Stitches blogger project, which is just there. And then this machine is going to be set up to start sewing quilting and Coronation logos. So if you are interested in doing your own Coronation logo for our forthcoming Coronation of King Charles, on Etsy, I'll put the link in the description. I chose one that when demonstrated was demonstrated on a Bernina machine, and obviously having a Bernina machine myself, I thought, oh, right, this could be the one for me. But there are other people that do their demonstrations on other machines, so you may find the right logo for your embroidery machine if you have an embroidery machine. This is a brilliant comment which follows on from my last vlog when we talked about notches to cut across, to cut in, to cut out, or to snip down. And I brought the subject round to tailor's tacks, and one lady has asked, the lovely Julia has asked, could I demonstrate a tailor's tack? Absolutely, Julia. So I'm going to take my camera down and point it at some fabric. So here's goes. I have done a little tiny stitch in the fabric, and if I turn it over, you can see here on the back, you will just about see the needle coming through, and you need to be able to see the needle through. Trust me, if it's not showing up, there it is, you can see it glistening. So I'm going to pull it through, like so. And if it's not quite straight, hold one end, give it a quick tug, and you've got both ends, so you have an end out like so. And then literally you go over it again. So I've just turned it round for you, and I'm going to go over the little bit in the middle again, same size stitch. It is tiny. This stitch is 2 millimeters. And as you pull it through this time, you need to hold the tails down, and you need to pull the fabric so it makes a little ring, and you put your finger in it like so. If it wants to stay on, and you see that nicely arthritic knuckle there? Look at that, that's donkey's years of sewing. Knitting, crocheting, embroidery. You've got a little loop like that. It doesn't look immaculate. It's not going to be. It's just a mark. You take your scissors and you chop it off, like so. Then, when you're ready to use it, you pull the fabric apart. Oh, let me show you the back first. There's the back. Oop, there's just one little tiny stitch there right in the middle. You pull the fabric apart like so, till it goes no further. You snip in the middle, and you have 2 little tiny marks in your fabric. Too close to the camera, you ain't going to see it. But first mark is there, and the other mark is there. And that is how to do a tailor's tack. That is how to do a tailor's tack. And It's actually very therapeutic. I find hand sewing really, really therapeutic. And I do have some hand sewing to do tonight because there's a lot of hand finishing to do on my Jenny Stitches project. So I do hope you've enjoyed my Friday sews this week. I'm really sorry it's short. It's not the best day in the year for me. My husband would have been 61 today. I tried to go on Andrea's Zoom call tonight, but I just couldn't engage. So I thought I'll come back and talk to you lovely people and say hello to everybody on the Zoom. I say goodbye to you. I'm so sorry. And I will see you all again next time, which should be Monday, where I get to share with you my lovely surprise pattern test. Thank you so much for watching, so much for commenting, so much for liking. And if you're not yet subscribed, do please subscribe. I'll see you all again soon.